Okay, you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jenna Flackers.
And I'm Bianca Reyna.
And this is the How Hustle Mystic Morning Show. Today we're talking with Aurora Luna Star,
Yay!
one of our personal favorites,
Yes.
on this 11/11 portal day.
Yep.
So how does it get any more bigger and special than this?
That's right.
Wow, we just came off a 3-day live event. And we are still buzzing from it.
Talk about afterglow. That
Yeah.
was amazing.
So good. Well, we
Yay.
enjoyed meeting some people from our Mystique circle, and we had some friends outside of it, and it was just phenomenal.
It really was. I mean, just all of the friendships and the bonding and the mysticism and just an open, non-judgmental space to be able to have these really cool, shares and opening of our hearts. It was really, really, really neat.
Absolutely. I feel like there was also a part of me that was just so ecstatic to see people who really chose for themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. We had one of the people in our group is completely blind and made the trip. We also had another person that's like, I've never even been on a plane to do something like this before. So it was just really, really cool that people, seeing people take courageous steps to really live a better life. It was just really, really cool.
Or the other chica who was like, it's been so long since I've ever taken a trip just for me. I thought, man, I probably would fit in that category. And I thought that was amazing. And we did, so Jenna did body work. I was able to do a QHHT session live. I mean, we connected with the higher self. There was a group message. I mean, it was amazing.
I was doing body work on a person, and she's like, my grandma's coming in, and Lianca came up and channeled for the. It was just
it was so neat.
We'll send some footage out
for sure.
Yeah.
So thank y'all. And for next time, I mean, make sure you circle the dates, and we'll probably have it next. It will definitely be in the fall.
Yep.
So we were looking at September, but the weather was so beautiful.
We're thinking maybe we do
a little bit later
something else too.
Yeah. Anyway, just to give a little bit of 11/11 space weather news. So Mystic Space Weather News, 11/11 version. We've been following the 3-Eye Atlas. And of course, you've heard me talk about Dr. A.V. Larb, he's the Harvard scientist who has definitely been on the forefront talking about how he believes this is not a natural comet. The Harvard astrophysicist, he's the astrophysicist who's been tracking the comet, and as it hurls through space, we are seeing 7 jets come out of these objects, more than 7 actually, after it passed close to the sun on October 29th. Ivy Loeb says that he revealed to Elizabeth Vargas on News Nation on Monday that we can see some of these jets are ported toward the sun. So remember me talking about that tail that was going toward the sun? Now these 7 jets are jetting toward the sun. I'm just think about that for a second.
They're going to light, man, going to light.
And it's penetrating over 1 million kilometers through the solar wind. The 3-Eye Atlas, which is will pass closest to Earth in December, has been losing an extreme amount of mass, according to Loeb, and the result, he says, could mean that the object has potentially exploded into a smaller dozen pieces, or that it's just simply unnatural.
Unseeable.
So, yes, maybe it's unseeable right now too.
It's like I'm making myself invisible.
And also, and so is NASA helping with that, because NASA hasn't released any of their images as well, adding to the controversy here, right? So blaming the shutdown. Also, the other thing I wanted to point out about that was that on today, so the 3-Eye Atlas is scheduled to reappear on what day? Dun, 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 November 11th, and how to spot it. So the 3-Eye Atlas enthusiasts and skywatchers are gearing up for a rare celestial event, which is they're making its reappearance tonight in the at dawn on the 11/11. So tonight, make sure to take a look. You can look at spaceweather.com for some more information about how to do that. But it's definitely one of those things that is very, very fascinating. And one more thing about this time of year, I wanted to also report that just so much going on. The sunspot
1111 portal.
Yes, the sunspot 4274 erupted again this morning. So we saw that there was 2 eruptions earlier this weekend or this week. A set of twin X-class solar flares has erupted within a week of each other. Some are calling it the rare solar sequence, bringing a massive plasma ejections toward Earth. These twin solar flares infusing the quantum emerald corridor, a solar flare merging with the Earth's magnetic heart, and a planetary proceeding through quantum soul technology, rewriting our architecture of consciousness in a state of crystalline alignment and divine union. So that's pretty much the definition as it is for mysticism. And then you add on, so this was a report that was kind of provided by one of our friends at Divine Energy Works. And then also when you look at that, and this morning I got a little notification from spaceweather.com and it's a they are the Suspicious Observers. And I follow them because he does a really good report of the space anomalies. And so he reported this morning that an X-class solar flare just erupted, and that should reach us as a geomagnetic storm within the next at least 24 to 48 hours. So if you're thinking about all of these, and this is we haven't had this happen since May, that big one. Remember that big one that I reported back in May. So again, this is a lot of stuff going on in our cosmos, and all going down right now during this 1111 portal. So just there you go.
Manifestation.
Yes. And you know what's really funny though, is that Jenith and I were talking about this over the weekend too with the group, that orchestration to everything. And I've been saying this, and we were talking about, really identifying this really does feel like a simulation. When you look at the mapping, when you look at the archetype, and you look at even the Torah codes, people's names and nexus points are all mapped. I mean, it's in there.
Right.
And so when you look at all of these things in conjunction, it's by no accident. And we get the opportunity to traverse through this by flipping in and out of multidimensional existence. Isn't that crazy? I am so much a believer. And so that is so empowering, because we can now know that for sure, if your mind is stating it, if you are adopting it in your heart, it's for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will be fruition.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. That's my
other news.
Yes.
I have 2 sentences on my little morning brew with Woo. It's funny how certain jewelry pieces will jump out at you. And this was one that I inherited from my mother when she passed in 2009. And it was from the Masonic temple that my dad was a part of, and he had to reach certain levels to get to it. Well, for whatever reason, about a month ago, I was like, I'm going to start wearing this piece on the show. And I took a picture of it, and I didn't even know you could do this, and put it in ChatGPT. And I was like, can you tell me about this cross? Well, it has a mysticism part of it, of the integration period, when somebody starts to integrate their spiritual and their physical side. And I feel like I'm so much in that frequency right now. Isn't it funny that I would just go, I'm going to start wearing this piece on the show? Not funny, right? It's just something like synchronicity comes into action. So this is just a little sign to remind you to look for those synchronistic parts in your life.
Yes.
And that's what I've got for Morning Brew with Will. All right, let's bring Aurora up and let's continue this conversation. I want to play with her and Umrah with really playing with releasing this judgment. And my word for this month that I'm looking at is control. And that by that, I mean those inner self-control mechanisms. Control.
I could not help myself.
Aurora, welcome. We've had you on the show a few times now, and every single time we have you on, you just blow up our world more and more and more. And it just really makes me feel like from a synchronistic point, we are so into flow and just following the dots. And you have, to me, and I could be not 100% saying this correctly, released a lot of these control mechanisms, these constructs that so that you can do this channeling with Umrah. Do you want to start there and talk a little bit about how you've opened up yourself to be this clear channel?
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me back. It's always great to be here with you and your community. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
It is a lot to go against the grain. It is. I've blown up my life in many different ways.
Yes.
And you're right.
Yep. And then I questioned if it was a good idea.
Not just question, like even sometimes complete anxiety, panic meltdown, because I am completely human like everyone else. Even the allowance for Umrah to come into my field. I remember because of the event I was about to do, I didn't sleep for 3 nights ahead of time because I was just so scared of walking through that eye of the needle. And so the journey is always going to call us into that next courageous act. And my awareness is it's not about not having fear, because the fear is a natural part of the ego trying to protect us, right? Especially when you have the awareness that our consciousness was developed from the last trimester until the first 7 years of our life. And so everything that happened during that time, the central nervous system starts mapping what is safe and what is not safe based on who our guardians are, based on our environments, based on, all of this outward data that the body is taking into account before it's willing to do the next thing. So being in front of a crowd of people when your past life, you remember being burned at the stake or whatever the fun things are that are in the time-space continuum where all time is now, it's a real thing. Obviously, Leonka with doing QHHT, right? Like, there's so much power in it. And while I've never personally done a session, Dolores and I definitely communicate.
Right.
Yes.
And so the awareness, right? So it's like, it's things that I didn't even know that I knew. And it's kind of like what you just said at the opening, where our consciousness really is what we believe, what we choose will definitely define what we experience. And so I didn't even know that Umrah was a potentiality. That's what I'm share. Like, I didn't even know they were there. I didn't even know part of my team. I didn't know that that's where I was headed. I was just continually following breadcrumbs. And sometimes the breadcrumbs led to frustration and pain and, ego-driven behavior that I didn't know I was needing to let go of. Because the ego is really good. It's a lizard brain, right? On some level. So it's almost like, I don't want to say reactive, but I'll say that its job is to protect us, or it believes that it's protecting us. So, all I could say is that for me, I really, there came a point of no return. Once I quit working in corporate America, and I remember my mom saying to me as I got my car repossessed and as other parts of my life had blown up, like, you need to go back and get a job. And I was like, yeah, Mom, that's not happening. Like, I'm willing to work. So I was willing to work at a crystal store or, do other kinds of activities that were going to somehow support my journey. But I knew I couldn't go back to what was knowing what I knew. And I couldn't explain it. I couldn't even justify it. I just knew that it was an impossibility. So Umrah, I mean, they came like almost like a lightning bolt as far as I'm concerned. And at the same time, even when I felt doubt, even when the challenging things were happening, and again, I think part of why I experienced life the way I did was to help others not perhaps go through the fire quite in the same way. Like, I don't want you to stop paying your mortgage. I don't want you to quit your job if you don't know what comes next. I don't want Right? Like, I don't want you to blow up every relationship in your life. Like, you don't have to do it the way I did, and I don't recommend it. And at the same time, there is a level of courage, of bravery, of just following what you know to be true. And what I would say is that's just basically being authentic, right? So the definition of authentic is original source. So if we're talking about a purse, we're talking about Italy and Fendi. And if we're talking about us, we're talking about the source of who we are.
Yeah.
Right? The original source of something for us is God, or source, or all that is, or universe, or prime creator, whatever words you want to put on it.
Yeah.
When we are being authentic, we are acting from that spark of source. We're being, exalted by the all that is for following our divine design. And I feel like on the 11/11, that becomes exponentially more potent, because again, we believe in the repeating numbers. We believe in this time on the planet. We believe in what it means. And there are lots of people out there converging with us through this belief. So we're amplifying this day. We're amplifying our desire to remember that we're always architects, but that there are periods of time, because of how we're living our lives, where this energy gets amplified. Yeah. And that's what we're walking through right now.
And that's exciting, because it's never been in this way. I mean, unless it's been humanity before us, in a different iteration, but it's never been this heightened. And I feel like many, many, many more people who I never even thought would, lend themselves to even, learning about any of this stuff. I mean, they used to be the ones to be like, chakras, what? Like they would just, just run away from everything. And then now there's this level of curiosity that's actually, for me, I think it's a calling. I think it's their heart calling them, and their soul calling out to them, saying, hey, there's truth here. And we use this 11/11 time, and this, even if you say it's a belief or this intentionality to create this new reality, in fact, welcoming those new souls in that curiosity, and then breaking wide open like I did, right? Like we all did. There had to be a level of curiosity, and it's so, so great at this time in our lives, and in the history of humanity. What do you say to us that that may have people that are around us that are not, that are negative, that are like just not supportive of this? How do you handle that?
I mean, I kind of don't, in so much like, I'm not going to say they're irrelevant, because that's not my truth. And at the same time, I'm not interested in engaging with people in a fight. I'm not interested in creating more duality. And I understand that if you're not on this journey, that you're melting right now, because reality is going to drag you one way or the other. Yeah. And if you don't have ritual, if you don't have, even if it's religion, if you don't have whatever it is that helps you navigate reality, whatever that may be, then this could be a very, people's lives are still going to be, shifting drastically, because we can't take the past into the future. And so there are a lot of people who feel hopeless. There are a lot of people who are believing what they're seeing when they watch the news. There are a lot of people who are anchoring into a lot of pain. It's kind of fun. I went to get a smog check for my vehicle, because now I'm officially a Californian.
Yeah. Nice.
And the guy behind the desk, who runs his own business, clearly very Christian. There's a Bible in the shop, and listening to Christian rock. It's actually really cool. I like the Christian rock.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about schedules, and he was a little late coming in. And he said, I'm sorry. I said, I know what it is to run your own business, so no worries. And so we got to talking a little, and he said, so what is your business? And I said, honestly, my job is empowerment, and to bring people back to what supports them, what serves them, what helps them. And I had to talk to him from a place where we could meet, right? So I didn't talk about the fact that I believe in all religions and blah, 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 blah. What I said to him was, a lot of people think that so what he said to me first, actually, was that there's a God-sized hole in everyone's heart.
I was just thinking about that today.
I loved
that?
it.
A God-sized hole. Tell us about that.
Well, what he said was, everyone's trying to fill this hole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
With stuff.
Yes.
And, things and alcohol and food and whatever. Like, he didn't even come to all the things, but I knew exactly what he was saying.
I
just looked at him
about this.
right.
Yeah.
I just looked at him and I said, what I say all the time is that we feel abandoned by God, but what really happened is that we abandoned God. Now, I can't talk to him about consciousness and that it's not our fault that happened. And I can't talk to him about the many layers of the matrix and why all of this is happening.
Right.
But I could meet him right where he was. And it was such a heart-centered connection. I wanted to hug him. Of course I didn't. But I just felt so much love for this man in the moment of recognizing that for him, how he's navigating reality is by the Bible. And may he be blessed on that journey, because that's absolutely perfect for him.
Yes.
Not
I feel like I need to say hallelujah to all of Leonka's yes.
Right? Like, yeah, like really though. Like,
crazy.
Right. He's not melting like other people are, because he has such infallible faith in his source and his belief systems that he's not going to melt, and he's not going to worry about politics, and he's not going to worry about the state of the world, because he loves God and he knows that God loves him. And that's all that matters. Right. So
that's all that matters in his world.
Right. In his reality. Well, that's the point. In his reality.
And that is the point, right?
Yeah.
He's shaping his reality based on his belief system, and it's infallible for him.
I love
the challenge for a lot of us is that we have left the church or the temples or the mosques or wherever it is that we initially found information, because we understand life to look through a different lens with maybe a broader definition of things, is how I like to say it, right? My definition of God is very broad. My definition of religion is very broad. And I get that I can't meet everyone. I can't meet my mom there. Right. My mom has a very defined definition of religion. And at the same time, her definition is quite spiritual. Like she has some broader definitions within it, comparative maybe to some, but still, I have to meet her where she is sane. She can't meet me where I am, though sometimes she's willing to open the dialogue. I often won't even, like, she's 85. I don't have to change her mind. I can love she is the way she is. And let her be that. Right. So my awareness is that's where unity happens in those moments, when we're not trying to change each other, when we're not trying to convince each other of what is. Like, I understand what's going on with this 3-eye atlas, like, girl. But at the same time, everyone's consciousness, it's going to be for each person where the consciousness is. That's what creation is, right? That's where we talk about timelines and participation in creation, and that wherever we are in that creation is perfect, because God isn't saying, again, or source or universe is saying, oh, Leonka doesn't believe this particular thing, so we're not letting her into the pearly gates.
No, it's not
never
like
going to be that.
No.
It's always going to be about raising our vibration, choosing love, choosing patience, choosing compassion, and finding the places where we are all the same.
Yeah. With this topic of releasing to manifest, and maybe we bring in Umrah for this too.
Sure.
A big step in my personal growth was for me to question every point of view. And I took for 6 months just like, wow, I do it this way. That's an interesting point of view. And I'm starting to do it again so that I can get over a few little annoying things that I do for control. What are your thoughts on releasing, just kind of being so open in points of view and not actually proclaiming, oh, this is the way it is in my belief system?
Get it. Let's go into Umrah, because she would like to actually
talk about this call. Yes.
Yeah. So give me just a moment to tap in, and I will. Yeah. Greetings, dear ones. We are Umrah, and we are so excited to be with you on this day. Thank you for sharing space with us. We are always grateful, and we are always excited to be speaking on these topics of expansion. And the awareness of release is a very important part of your growth. When you are clinging to beliefs, when you are clinging to what you believe reality to be, you are shaping reality from a very narrow offering. This is going to mean that as an architect, you're building a tiny home rather than a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have no problem with the tiny home, of course. And we'd rather you have so much expansive awareness that you are looking at acreage beyond, understanding that you are the warp and weft of all of it, no matter what you're creating. And when you are clinging to belief systems, you are keeping your creation rather limited. However, we want to share this, and we have shared it time and time again. When you are building your ladder that is allowing you to reach your evolution, and there's a gap of 20 feet above your head, it will be rather hard to reach that rung of creation, will it not? So, for instance, is this. We would love for you to reach a place in your awareness of neutrality, just as you are saying that you are the observer of your feelings, of what you're creating in your life based on your belief systems. Now, when you are watching atrocities and you are aware that there are those who are responsible for creating those atrocities, it appears in your awareness that there is right and wrong, good and bad.
Yes.
And if you don't acknowledge this first, neutrality is 20 feet above your head. Now, as you observe and grow, understand, remember that everything is source. The first rule of the quantum field is that everything that's happening on your planet and elsewhere in the multiverse is all source, having an experience of it getting to know itself, understanding that it is in the space of creation, and that in creation, there is free will for humanity and all other beings. And therefore, you are having experiences based on your free will. This is source, understanding this highest light of creation that it already is. And every expression, every emotion, every particle of being, of different vibration in between. How would it know itself if it did not express itself through individual expression, as it is experiencing not only on your planet, but on trillions of other experiences in the multiverse? And so what we are inviting you in the energy of release is, if you are asking yourself the questions about what it is that you believe, what it is that you are seeing, to inquire, now you're simply observing and saying, I understand that when I see this happen, that I experience these feelings and that I am witnessing my behavior as such. What if I let go of this belief? Maybe right now you're not ready. We don't need you to be in neutrality without taking the steps. The steps are incredibly important, dear ones. It is about understanding the nature of what's happening on your planet. And you have already been indoctrinated, have you not, into belief systems around victim consciousness. It is acute on your planet. And we are asking you to pull back from this victim energy, remembering that all souls, not only are they of source, they have agreed, dear ones, for whatever the highest and lowest vibrational expressions are. Usually those who are experiencing the lowest energies, especially consistently, especially those who appear to have no power in what they are experiencing. These are very high vibrational souls, dear ones.
Yeah.
These are the ones who have come in not to rescue your planet, to say, but rather to, in a way, sacrifice that particular experience, albeit however short it may be, to help move this energy off of your planet.
Yeah.
And these are usually what you would consider to be atrocities. These are the lowest possible experiences. We're not asking you to deny that they exist, and we're not also asking you to go into the pain of the pain that they exist. rather to pray for higher outcomes, to put your heart into a neutral space where you can say, okay, I am aware that this is happening. How can I serve this situation? By going into the pain, you are now creating more pain, not only for you, but in the universe itself. It is not about denying that these horrific or atrocious things are happening. It is rather to say the way to a new reality is to believe that a new reality is possible. Remember that the quantum knows not whether you are imagining or experiencing, dear ones. This is also something for you to wrap your brains around. As you start to project new possibilities into the future where these lower expressions do not have place, you begin to experience them yourself. And what we lead you to understanding or remembering is that your vibration is entirely up to you in every moment of every day. The fifth dimension, which is what humanity seems to be convinced that they are headed towards, is already in existence, is it not? The new earth, as it is called, is already there. It is not being created. It is being reached through consciousness. And so the more you can release these tightly held beliefs of pain, of atrocity, and bring it back into a space of neutrality with the awareness that even through the pain, there is purpose, there is growth, there is something happening beyond comprehension. And your role is to be the love. Your role is to imagine what life and creation can look like without these elements, without focusing on them. And this is not to deny, again, that if you feel empowered to show up, to march, to sign paperwork, to somehow be in opposition of these things, this is part of building the rungs on the ladder. You are not going to find neutrality instantaneously by wishing it so. You will participate in life in ways that feel aligned. And even though technically, perhaps you are creating more duality through this, you are also opening consciousness to understanding that there are other ways of existing. It's a process. It's not a blink of an eye. The next several years on your planet will continue to create more duality. And in addition to that, this duality will also create more awakening. So you see, there is purpose in every rung of the ladder. You are not meant to jump so high that you're leaving yourself and others behind. This is a collective process. And so as you make space and make room to understand that even though there is pain, there is suffering, there is challenge, your job is to focus first on you, your journey, your opening through your own fear and what you believe your fear means in your life. Is it actually keeping you safe, or perhaps is it preventing you from expanding into the next octave of your divine expression? Are the things that you are feeling, are they real? Or are they make-believe? And are they make-believe because you've now realized you've given something so much power and now it no longer deserves your power or your focus? Now you can choose your focus. This is a gradual unfolding. If it were as easy as jumping to that 20 foot above you rung on the ladder, all of humanity would have done it by now. Sure. And so we ask you to be gentle with yourself in the process. Yes, the more you can observe, the more you will understand what it is that we are sharing with you. And in this very moment, if you feel stuck between left and right and black and white and good and bad, that is okay, dear ones. It is an unraveling of a reality of all that you've known, and not just in this life, in many lifetimes. However, you are also the seeds of the stars. And in those iterations or those expansive experiences of incarnations, you have experienced also the truth. You are in the process of downloading, activating, remembering the codes of your truth, dear ones. Give yourself time. You have it. In your reality, time is linear. Of course, all time is now. If it helps you, you may reach into your future source self where this is already complete. Ask yourself how you got there. If there's wisdom from your past where all time is now, you may visit your past. Ask yourself, what did I need to know then? What do I need to know now? What do I need to know for my future or from my future? All the access to the Akash is all within you, dear ones. Yes, for some, it may feel elusive. You may desire assistance reaching this information. However, we wish for you to know that there are many avenues by which you can reach this information, whether you're meditating or fasting or dancing or drumming. The information is available when you can shut down the energy of collective consciousness, where you are experiencing the 100th monkey, and you come back to unity consciousness, where you remember the truth of source of all that is, and that you are an aspect of that source. We hope this assists you on your journey, and we ask if you have any other questions.
We've been through the event playing with this concept of every single thing, whether it's a lawnmower in the background or a dog barking, contributes to you. I'm wondering if you can share on ways that how to get over the irritation, if it still exists, with everything contributing to you. How do we not judge it and make it wrong?
Perhaps you can offer yourself a sense of humor, that when you come into the irritation, there's something inside you that believes that what's happening is wrong. Our question to you would be, how could it? Inside, outside, outside, inside. We remind you of this time and time again. If the dog is irritating you, we ask you, what part of you is that dog? What part of you is that sound that is perhaps reconstructing the outside, and what part of you is being reconstructed inside? Of course, reconstruction will be irritating. Of course, interruption will be irritating. And it is also serving, is it not? When you can laugh at what is serving your growth rather than seeing it as an opposition, it is the loyal opposition, dear ones. If everything were beautiful and sunny and bright, and you could binge watch your television and you can eat your bonbons, where would the growth take place, dear ones?
Right.
There'd be no reason for expansion. You'd already be there. The irritation is what creates the pearl, does it not?
Yes.
And the pearl is you. The pearl is already you. However, you are remembering that you are the pearl.
Yes.
And so the irritation is the gift. Annoying, yes, we are aware. And when you shift how you express yourself with the irritation, now your creation looks entirely different. When you can laugh at what is around you rather than allow yourself to get into the energy of annoyance, now your inner child is saying, oh, a dog, how sweet. And you keep going. And now the next time the dog may have no reason to show up because you've already overcome what the dog represents.
Yes, that makes total sense.
Do you have processes or tools to help us remember?
I was just going to ask that.
Okay, to remember how to release things like frustration and other than laughter.
Sure.
Like if especially if it's a habitual thing that's always going through you, and you could fake a laugh and maybe get yourself to laugh, but sometimes it doesn't totally transfer in us humans.
We are aware that there are times when you can fake it until you make it, dear ones. And we are aware that there are times you cannot. We wish for you to return to your breath and to focus on your heart, to focus on the part of you that is source. If you can stop in that moment and shift your focus. Similar to when you are experiencing anxiety, dear ones. The way you move through anxiety is by shifting focus to something that helps ground you in that moment, by identifying things in your environment. The minute you shift focus, you've given yourself the pause. Once you have the pause, now you can train your brain. You can choose your mind's thoughts. We are aware if you are experiencing pain in a rate of 8 out of 10, and you are told you can heal yourself, that is not going to happen when your pain is at level 8. We are aware. When your pain is at level 2, perhaps you can shift your mindset into believing you can healing yourself. But when you are in an acute energy of any kind, now you are truly navigating mastery. It is very challenging to shift focus. And so we are inviting you to use many tools, though when you can, start identifying other things around you simply to break the pattern of the synapse of the brain. This will assist you into focus on 3, 5 other things in your environment. Get back into your heart. Get back into rhythmic breathing. Get back into the remembrance that you are the golden light of the Christ of all that is. This is the truth of who you are. But when you are not focused on this light, it cannot expand. It will feel like the size of a tiny pea. When you are focused on this light, you are bigger than the multiverse itself. And so everything requires you to focus where you desire to create, with the awareness that, again, there is a loyal opposition, whether created by your soul and your source or created by whatever the matrix is. It matters not. You are the riding of your own chariot. You direct where your chariot goes. We wish for your chariot to expand and travel into the cosmos. Remember that this is a holographic field, and what you are experiencing is through your direct belief system.
That's the theme of today.
One of the things that you mentioned here was the next 7 years, and you mentioned that we would traverse even more. I didn't remember the exact terminology you used, but can you speak a little bit more about that and maybe provide a couple of empowering words for us?
Certainly. You are at a pinnacle turning point as a collective on your planet. And again, this is why awakening is happening so vastly and so quickly. And notice that the timelines by which your awakenings are happening through challenge. Are they not?
Yes.
Whether it be disease, whether it be politics, whether it be wars. These are the things that are allowing people to understand they desire to have a different experience than the one that they've been viewing up until this point. Humanity as a collective is still choosing the timelines by which evolution is possible. It happens in every moment of every day. And so how much you choose to be in forgiveness and compassion and love each day for first yourself, then your families, then your friends, then your communities, then your cities, then your countries.
Yeah.
The work is always going to begin with you as an individual being. When we hear that there are those that wish to save the planet, we love you. And of course, a bit we do giggle. The planet can only shift through your individual lens, your individual expression. It's how we come back to the energy of timelines.
Yes.
You vibrate, you experience based on you, dear one. And so you must be your focal point first.
Got it.
Wow.
Yes, exactly what we've been talking about.
It's like, it's so interesting how everything aligns up.
Everything in your reality shall, dear one, for again, this is a holographic field.
I know. Yeah.
We understand that this is a conundrum for the mind, for you are not experiencing reality as a holograph. You have an idea of what a holograph looks like. You've seen them in pictures, you've seen them in movies. And yet, when you touch your body, you are physically solid to yourself. How can this reality, when there is so much matter, physical matter, how can it be a holograph? And yet,
but it is.
not only is it, it is based on your belief system. The mind is shaping your reality. And the emotions are saying how the reality is showing up.
Yes.
So the more excited, the more joy, this is how you can shift the timelines. And you need not convince others. Remember that being the lighthouse is the most important part of any individual journey. You are not running into the ocean to bring the boats home. You are standing on land in your own sovereign, brilliant light being.
Yes.
In your own life. Humanity is still choosing what these next years will look like. There is no way for us to tell you what the future holds. It is not firm. It is not solid. It is not.
No, it's not. That's exciting, though.
It is so exciting because it's like,
it is meant to be exciting, dear ones. We are hoping that this is the vibration that you choose.
Yes.
The loyal opposition will always be there in duality, will it not? That part will never change. The only way to ensure that you are experiencing expansion is for you to choose it. For the dark will be dark and the light will be light. And these two things are the only thing we can assure you about your duality. We hope this assists you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We ask if you have any other questions.
Okay to take some caller questions.
But of course.
Okay. All right. So Mystique player Dana, you're up.
Hi, Umrah. I've had a reading with you sometime last year, and I'm just wondering if you can expand on my Star Heart frequency. I'm from the Star Heart Collective, but I don't know a lot of information about it just yet.
We invite you into the awareness that you have this coding within you, and in divine perfect timing, this information will become more clear. And we also wish for you to have the awareness that as the energy of Star Heart, the frequency simply is love, dear one. As you expand more into this frequency, more will become available and or in your awareness. We hope this answers your question.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Keys, you're up next.
Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity. And welcome to California. My question is this. I've gone through a lot of several dark nights, really deep dark nights of the soul, and I've gone through a lot of awakening and ascension symptoms and all of these other things. But now I'm getting a lot of feedback that I have to be in my authenticity. And when I really deeply look inside of myself, I feel like I am being authentic, and I feel like there really isn't anything else that I need to go through other than just kind of continuing to believe what I believe. Can you assist me in trying to decide or to trying to figure out how do I find my actual authenticity, or can I already be there? Is that a possibility?
We love this question. Thank you for asking it. Yes, indeed. Authenticity means that you are being true to yourself. And what that looks like is ever changing, like a moving target, dear one. And so if in this moment you feel completely authentic to yourself, this is perfect and divine. And remember that what you are remembering for yourself, the codes that you have, and your evolution are not static. It is ever evolving. And so what feels like your truth in this moment can become more expanded in its awareness and in your expression of your life. There's no reason for you to not believe that you are already being authentic. And we wish for you to have an awareness that at any time, what that looks like can shift. Be open to whatever truth and discernment you are already experiencing. Take in less information from the outside and continue to follow your own heart. This is always the way. We hope this answers your question.
Amazingly, it does. It answers exactly what I was looking for. Thank you so much.
We thank you.
Thank you. That was a great question. And Renee, you're up.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hi. I'm experiencing issues with my neighbors, and they are causing numerous physical issues. And I'll just use one for example, sleep deprivation. And I'm wondering, I'm really struggling because of the sleep deprivation. And I'm just wondering what advice can be given.
We love this question, for neighbors are often the loyal opposition, are they not? We experience a lot of questions of this nature. The first thing we ask you to do is to get into your own heart space and first give your inner child permission to feel like you are not being seen or heard. This is a painful expression of humanity when you are trying to allow for peace and peace is not being offered in return. Give yourself permission to be sad, to cry, to release the emotions of not having peace be offered to you. The next step in this process is to offer this peace to yourself, for change will not happen outside without it happening somewhere inside. When you are perhaps offering, as this one has, the energy of the violet flame and the energy of protection and the energy of whatever it may be, from the place of the fierce opposition, in fact, your teams of light will not operate from these frequencies. They will only operate with you from the peace and the love that you are. And so when you are asking for divine assistance, let it be from the place of love. First, loving yourself, seeing yourself, and understanding that you are worthy of receiving peace. You will find that when you offer it to yourself first, the external will quickly answer, perhaps some ways unexpected, perhaps some ways unexpected. We also, from this place of peace within your heart, offer you an opportunity that if you can go to your neighbors, as it were, with genuine love in your heart, oftentimes these kinds of dialogues can also shift behavior greatly. Not from the place of anger or frustration, but from the place of genuine connection. But the first place where this genuine connection needs to take place, dear one, will be within you. Healing this place within yourself where you have been denied what it is that you deserve or what you feel is right. From that healed place, or from that place where you can express to yourself how frustrated you are, you can then go to the external and ask for assistance. We hope this helps and answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
Well, I think that was good for everyone.
Yes, very much so.
All right, one more, Elaine, you're up.
Hi, I guess I would just love some sort of guidance and direction. As I've been sick the last couple of weeks with a sinus infection, and I'm kind of have my hands in lots of pots and could just use a little consolement, I guess.
We need a bit more information about what hands in lots of pots means, dear one.
Well, I have a lot of interests, and so I feel really scattered and was wondering what to focus on.
Well, the first thing we ask you to do is what is logical, and that is support your body in any way, shape, and form that you can. These are as easy as taking salt baths. These are as easy as working with the energy of perhaps what is eucalyptus, what might be black cumin seed oil. There are many different availabilities of practical answers to what you're experiencing. The sinuses, interestingly, are connected to the third eye and doubt, dear one. And so we also ask you where you are in your personal power, where you are in being grounded, and where you are in connecting with what your body is asking of you. And so when you can mix these practical things of using the world around you to offer relief, you can also get grounded and still with yourself, asking yourself what you are doubting, what you are fearing in this moment. Getting grounded is always going to be your number one part of any prescription, no matter what it is in life that you are experiencing that is somehow adverse to what you desire to be experiencing. It is easy to be scattered. It is empowering to get grounded. From this grounded place, many of the answers will arrive directly for you. You will know which part of this equation that will help your sinuses the most, whether it be any of the aforementioned offerings or something entirely different. Is there something deeper within your question?
I guess so. As far as pursuing a spiritual path, I take in a lot of information from all these different summits, and I kind of want to evolve more, but I'm not, well, in that sense, grounded in what actually to pursue.
We invite you into the place where whatever it is that you are consuming from the outside world, that you feel into your heart what feels true and what does not feel true. And remember that while it is easy to seek answers from the outside, easy might be a trite word, but what we are coming back to is the awareness that you know better than anyone what your spiritual practice will be, because it will feel aligned for you. It will bring you joy. It will bring you peace. It will bring you solace, dear one. There is no one out in your universe that knows better than you, though of course we do understand that having teachers or facilitators can be valuable. Choosing what feels most aligned in your heart, listening to someone and saying, wow, I really, truly feel connected with this being or with this person or with the work that they're offering, not simply because they spout what may or may not be wisdom, but because of how it feels, how it lands in your energy field and with your heart, dear one. Again, grounding first, choosing second. We hope this answers your question.
Yes. Confirmed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. We do want to give the opportunity for you to talk a little bit about Aurora's package here today. But we do also want to have the opportunity to support everybody here on the line. We've got a lot of people here, and we just wanted to see if maybe Umrah wanted to do an activation for the group or something specifically for 1111.
We would love to.
Beautiful.
Share this information through words, and the first thing we wish for all to do is to allow yourself to breathe deeply and gently. Come into the place of your heart space and see in that heart space the beautiful light that you are. You may see it as white light, golden light, violet light. We care not. Just allowing yourself to breathe. It's as if you're breathing directly in through your heart chakra. And the light that you are is expanding. And in fact, it's happening automatically. It's just bringing your thoughts to that awareness, dear one. Allow this light to move all through your physical being. And allow this light to expand around you, through you, grounding deep into the Gaia, and grounding deep into the all that is, out into that quantum field. You, just through breathing, are becoming a huge pillar of light. You are the conduit, dear ones. You are where reality takes shape. And as you are breathing, you are releasing all limiting beliefs and thought patterns, any patterns that no longer serve your journey, even if just for this moment. And we wish for you to focus on the energy of your heart, dear ones. Giving your heart space to feel in this moment and be in truth with wherever you are. You may be feeling great love. You may be feeling deep grief. Whatever is arising in this moment, please allow it. Even if it is sorrow. If you don't allow yourself to feel whatever is in your heart, it cannot move, dear one. You are in a time of reclamation on your planet. You are reclaiming your sovereign. You are reclaiming your choices. You are reclaiming your opportunities. You are reclaiming your soul and integrating it with the very being of the fiber of your physical energy. In this reclamation, there is the truth. That source is part of your very being. You are the spark of creation itself. Allow this spark to be nurtured within you. If there is something you wish to know of your future, call upon your future now. Welcome this aspect of yourself that has the answers into this present moment with you. It may be a gentle whisper. It may be a fleeting thought. It may be a gentle sensation. These are all indicators, information, allowing you to perceive, remember, receive. Set your intentions, dear ones, and allow them to be for the highest of all concern. Knowing that your true purpose on your planet is service. And that part of your service is first aligning your own divine design. You cannot give from an empty cup your service. You can only give from the fullest of cups. Wherever you are feeling lack, bringing it into your heart, remembering that you are the frequency of the all. You are the very frequency of abundance itself. Not only are you loved, you are love, dear ones. Allowing yourself to feel the love that you are and the love that surrounds you. From all the frequency of Gaia and from all the frequency of your teams of light. And of course, our collective. And from that which is source. You can come into this space at any time. And as you come into this particular alignment, everything you desire to create now begins to take form from a very powerful place of grounded creation. Allow for potentiality to be a part of your creation, for your vision, dear ones, is quite narrow. We wish for you to have the entire bakery, not only one cake. Call out for what you desire and hold space for it to come to you in perfect divine timing. Knowing that it might look different than your actual request, but will be for your highest alignment. We wish for you to now bring your energy field close into your physical being. To see beautiful ruby red light surround you from your crown all the way to your feet. And allow yourself to slowly, gently return back as we now say farewell.
Wow.
Umrah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Aurora, thank you.
Yeah. Wow. And those that are on the call, we just kind of, and even in the future, just tap into the energy and how it's changed. Like really, really open, really open. Thank you, Aurora. Thank you, Umrah. I would like to, so if you guys want more of this, I twisted Aurora's arm and said, I want something insanely juicy as a special offer. And she put together just that. I feel like we need a second to come back here. So as we're going through this, just kind of breathe in this light. We have a couple of other questions on the chat too. Aurora, can you talk a little bit about this 21 days with Umrah Hanu?
Sure. The 21 days is something that Umrah gave me as this desire to help shift consciousness, right? Like we wake up in the morning and we brush our teeth and we run off to work and we live our lives and we live it by rote. You know, normally what we do is very routine, which means the thought patterns and our thoughts are also going to normally have that similar routine pattern. So again, as we're trying to expand into more of who we are and how we are, Umrah wanted to give us like a hack, right? A little bit of a hack on how to start thinking differently, start inviting more positivity, more grounding, and changing some of this routine. And so these 21 days, they're short. Most of them, I think, are under 10 minutes. And it's really just the invitation to start making a choice in how you would like to expand. And it's, you know, it's simple stuff. None of it's complicated. None of it's over our heads. It's really just this opportunity to, you know, some of it might feel like guidance, but most of it will just be about activating, right? If we make different choices, now we're opening new doors that we didn't even know were available. And so Umrah wanted to share some of that fun with us.
That's the word that my PT gal says. So you don't have to do a lot of these exercises. You just have to activate your muscles.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, whether that's a physical thing, this is an energetic thing, but yeah, sometimes you just need to activate to keep it going throughout the day.
And think about how beautiful the message and activation that we just got, and that was nowhere near 10 minutes. I mean,
that's
it's
21
days. Can you
days.
imagine starting every day for the next 21 days, which then creates a whole new life, right? Because you created a new habit. starting your day like this, starting that entire month like that, like, I mean, you will be a transformed person. There's no way around it.
Yes.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I find it a gift right now, just what you did for us, that we can listen to on replay. So
Yeah.
this is a beautiful, beautiful package and series that you have put together with Umrah.
Thank
But
you.
that's not all.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, there's more.
There's so much more, because I twisted her arm and said, give me the goods.
I really did.
Well, plus, I mean, there are certain speakers that I'm like, I want it for myself too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like you're a part of my growth as well.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 sessions with the Palladians. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we've been going through these powerful corridors of change. And so the Pleiadians wanted to step up. Some of it is around our like health, actually working with the golden nucleus, which I remember when I got the download for that session, I was like, so I woke up, I'm like, so what are we doing today? Right? They're like, nucleus. I'm like,
what? I know, right?
Like, okay, thanks. Haven't taken science in a long time. So can you like give me more information around that? And then I heard, Google. So I go to Google. Okay, what is the nucleus? What is its function within the cell? Like blah, blah, blah. And then they gave me like the rest, like I get very little information from the actual Google, in so much that it's just to give me the point of reference. And from there, it's downloading the actual activation, which was remarkable. Like I felt this activation so much in every part of my body. And the Pleiadians in general, we're all Pleiadian is my truth. Like we all have Pleiadian coding. They're part of the responsibility of helping us awaken. So when we say that we're waking up, my sense is that our Pleiadian coding is what assists through that process, because they are humanoid just like us. You think about like how Tony Ghazi channels the Antarian beings. Obviously, mantis beings don't look anything like us. They look like praying mantis on our planet, right? So the Pleiadians actually look like human. I mean, they're very tall. Their features may be different, but they are humanoid. They are very close to our genetics, comparatively speaking, to other nations. And so expanded states of being, so that we can remember the truth of who we are. And so it was really amazing to get these guided sessions.
Yeah. So this is 3 sessions, but it's really 6 videos. Is there one that kind of describes it and the other is the activation, or can you tell us about
So
that?
the first thing that happens is I get the download, and I like to talk about what that download is. Why are we talking about this stuff? What's happening? Right? And then we go into the activation. Also, for the ease of that, when you go back and just want to do the meditation, you've heard me go blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, thanks, Aurora. Don't need to hear that again.
Yeah.
Thank
now
you
you
for
can just
breaking
go back
in the frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you can just go back to the meditation, and the meditation will take you there each time.
Wow.
Perfect.
And then we've got this other one with the Arcturian ancestry, which I've tapped a toe into, and I was like, that's kind of the similar thing to what the Arcturians are telling me. Tell us a little bit about this, Aurora.
Yeah, so it's a similar concept, only now we're working with Arcturians, and Arcturians are big on healing technology. They're big on working with the brain and the science of the brain. And it's so funny because once I'm done channeling, I don't really have a full memory of what each session was like, but this will be 8 videos, because I believe it was 4 sessions.
Got it.
So again, it comes down to talking about each topic as I received it, and then going into the space of the meditation, where there's an opportunity to receive the activation and then be able to just go back to the activation. But if I remember, there was something specifically, to do again with our I don't know if it was the hippocampus, but different parts of the brain. The Arcturians really like to get brainy.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they like to go, they're trying to, again, every star system is trying to actually bring us into grounding and bring us into the remembrance of how important and what the importance is of being here. So even though the activations will be expansive, they'll also be very assisting and helping us just navigate what it means to be human right now because of our neighbors, because of our, differing viewpoints, and because of our, there's so much to being a human. And density is just, I don't know how many times I've said, like, just take me home, get me out of here. Of course, the answer is no. Like, choose your focus, choose healing, choose connection,
this time,
connecting with your tribe, choose connecting, with your students and your clients. Like, keep choosing. And it's true. Like, I can focus on victim like everyone else. I've got my own neighbor situation, as Umrah attempted to share briefly. And I remember saying, like, I'm just going to violet flame the flipper flops out of all this stuff. And Saint Germain just looked at me and giggled and said, yeah, that's not really how the violet flame works.
Yeah.
It's not actually going to do anything. And I was like, okay, fine. I have to be in my heart center. What am I, a spiritual leader or something? And you want me to be in my heart center? Fine.
That's cute.
It's true. Like,
I know, I believe you.
Like, it was literally that. It was like, oh, right, I'm here in service to you if you can come from the right frequency.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
They talk a lot about timelines in this one too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, do they? Thank you for helping me remember that. Yeah. So that also, and I love that part of our creation, because it's true that our time, like, there are days, and I'm sure you've all experienced it, where you're just living every synchronicity. And then you'll have experiences where you're living every unsynchronicity.
Yes.
And where you feel like you're pushing the boulder up the hill all day long.
Yeah.
I almost asked about that to Umrah, but I figured that her answer had already addressed it, because it does sometimes feel like you flip in and out, and you'll get these really cool like experiences or glimpses, and then you're like, next thing you're whipped right back out because of us ourselves not being able to have some neutrality.
Yeah.
Totally.
That was amazing what she shared. This bundle is amazing as well. So thank you so much. It's very, very generous. It's obviously, and it's definitely some very beautiful experiences that you channeled in here for us.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, honestly, I still feel pretty high right now. So I thank all of you, because unless someone asked for Umrah's presence, she doesn't just necessarily show up in my life unless I'm doing this work on behalf of others in service. So I just feel so amazing right now. So much gratitude for all of you for that, because without you, I don't have a reason to, bring that channel forward. So thank you. Really, thank you.
Wow, that was incredible.
It was incredible.
I think with this the 5th or 6th call we've had with you, and that was probably the best one.
Yeah, for sure.
Floaty and don't feel like ending the call. Part of the symphony, man.
Well, we're going to have to, only because my dogs are demanding a walk.
And we have gone a little long. So thank you so much. Again, you can find the package at hautehustle.com/Aurora. I put it in the chat. It'll also be in the YouTube description, and of course on the live page if you want to hit the special offer right around Aurora's picture or replay. Thank you so much for taking so much time with us. I'm seriously grateful.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye. All right, you guys, just a couple announcements. Tomorrow is our Inner Circle Mystique Society. If you would like a free pass just to try it out to see if you want to join Mystique, you can email us at team@HauteHustle. Please do so before noon tomorrow, which is noon Pacific time. Team@hautehustle.com if you want a free pass to Mystique for tomorrow, which is our 2-hour mastermind.
Yes. And if you're listening to this on the replay or on our YouTube channel, be sure to like and subscribe. It's the way that we continue to be able to share this message and reach more people. I mean, we just saw today how important and viable we can be when we reach more of the masses and just create the life and the earth that we want to live in and have it show up as our timeline. So again, if you're feeling called, please do share.
I'm also creating a series on Instagram, which is Haute Hustle Live on Instagram, around control and some of the messages that I'm waking up to get over these inner control mechanisms. And that series is going to just start coming out about 3 times a week. So if you're looking for a way to possibly get out of your own control and you want to go along on the journey with me, I'm probably going to do this through November and December.
Very cool. And also be sure to comment and
please.
like on Haute Hustle Live on Instagram. So again, I think I'm a little bit spacey here.
Very spacey.
Yes, but wanted to just have a beautiful 11/11.
Yeah.
Be sure to honor your manifestations, honor your intentions, and set them this evening. And then be on the lookout for that 3-eye atlas as well.
Yes.
We're Haute Hustle reminding you to take a little time to enjoy the. Bye,
Join
everyone.
us on Thursday. Have a great couple days. Bye, everyone.